My name is Nomsa Para. Some of you guys know me as Neomo Para, some of you guys know me as Dr. Para. I am a registered nurse, I'm a family nurse practitioner, and I also have my doctorate in nursing practice. I am the co-CEO of Global Essential Services, and I am also the administrator of Nurses Connect on Facebook. I know a lot of you guys have always wondered what we do. Global Essential Services, also known as GES, is a nursing education company. When we initially registered the company, the goal or the focus was on being a liaison company, healthcare liaison company between companies in the US and companies outside of the United States. Our goal was to be able to bridge the gaps between nursing education in the US and outside of the United States. Somehow we went from being a liaison company to becoming a nursing education company, and that happened in 2018. What I would like to call by divine intervention. So I graduated with my doctorate degree in 2016. By 2017-2018, I was mentoring nurses who were going through their nurse practitioner program as well. So we started with helping nurses to work on their dissertations or their scholarly paper, what we call scholarly paper in doctoral program. And I know a lot of people always wondered what's the difference between doctoral and PhD program. I always like to say that doctorate degree prepared nurses are those nurses that are supposed to translate evidence into practice. But anyway, so we started this in 2018. By 2019, through what I call divine intervention, I started the NCLEX preparatory program. So in 2018, late 2018, we started working with nurses who were preparing for their NCLEX. In 2019, our program somehow evolved fully into an NCLEX preparatory program. We work with nurses, or we've trained nurses from about 18 different countries, and so far we've worked with over 4,000 nurses worldwide. And we have partnered with agencies that migrate nurses, that help to migrate nurses into the United States. I know a lot of you guys have a lot of questions regarding how to migrate from outside of the country to the US. We are going to answer all those questions in our subsequent videos. We will answer all the questions that a lot of you guys have had for us. So we have our NCLEX preparatory program. From NCLEX preparatory program in 2020, when COVID-19 hit, we started our virtual transitional program. Transitional program was a program that was designed to help new nurses and internationally prepared nurses to be introduced to some of the equipment and supplies used in the United States. We wanted to make the transition into the healthcare system easy for those nurses, or these nurses that are coming from outside of the United States, or the nurses that just graduated here in the United States. Alright, so we started the transitional program in 2021. We did our gap analysis to see how effective the transitional program was, and we realized that the transitional program was effective, but we still had some gaps where our nurses, when they come into the United States, they are not familiar with some equipment because they haven't really touched some of those equipments, and they might not be familiar with the policies and procedures of the hospital. That's how we started our skills lab. These are my nurses from different countries who are part of our skills lab. They just finished their class a few days ago. Some of them a few days ago, some of them a few weeks ago. They are nurses, great nurses from different parts of the world who have passed their NCLEX. And now in the United States, some of them already have job offers, but we try to help them to make the transition into the hospital a lot easier by introducing them to some of the basic supplies that they might have in their country, but their names might not be the same in the US, and some of them they have not seen before. That's what some of the things that we do. Our nurses that you guys just saw in our conference room usually do a lot of practice here. This is our skills lab. these are our mannequins. We have our Mrs. Jones over here, and we have a lot of other mannequins. We have mannequins for IV, and these are some of the supplies that we use to introduce the nurses to the US healthcare system. And once they are done here, we know that they're ready to go into the hospital. Even while they're in the hospitals will still need to do a little bit of training with them. So we are partnering with some hospitals that have been so gracious in training these nurses. So that's what we do in a nutshell. So we do our NCLEX program, we do our transitional program, and now we have our skills lab. We are going to be answering some of your questions. I know a lot of you guys reached out and wanting to know the difference between the new generation and old NCLEX. That will be in our next video. Again, thanks for visiting our channel today, and we hope to keep it very informative and very fun for everyone. This is my lovely assistant, Miss Pamela. She works a lot with the nurses. You're going to be hearing a lot from her in the near future. She's going to be guiding the nurses, and then we'll have a lot of our nurses who will be part of this channel. Go ahead, Mammy.
So please, if you want to get more information on what we do, just subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you. Alright, so we're going to have a lot of interesting topics. We're going to do a lot of healthcare education. We're going to do a lot of nursing education. In order for you to get all the information that we're going to be sending out to this channel, you will need to subscribe and like our page, right? Our channel. We promise to make it a lot of fun for you. If you hang with us, you're going to learn a lot of things through this channel. We're going to try not to make it too boring for you guys. We'll try to keep it as fun as possible. Thank you, and we'll see you in our next video.